Excellent. Hello and welcome. Welcome to my next stream of Supermarket Simulator. I'm doing not my large one, where I think I'm level 101. I actually don't know what level I am on this one. I'm doing a speed run. Now, it's not a speed run as in go really, really, really fast and get to the end in like 3 minutes. It's basically, I want to get from zero license to the full extent of the licenses. I'm not looking at extending the store as much as what I can, but I want to be able to use the knowledge that I have to get the most money in a short amount of time, the shortest amount of time, to be able to buy all the licenses. And at the end, I'll be making sure that I've purchased each license, and then that will be it for this series. I'm still doing my other series. I still have, I still have, what is it, storeroom rearranging to do and some other bits and pieces. I haven't got onto that yet. It's sitting there in the back of my mind, but I've been having fun playing a lot of other games. I will be playing some more. I've got to pick my son up at 5 and then do tea, and then I'm jumping back on. So I'm doing Supermarket Simulator until I pick him up. Then we'll be coming back. I'll be doing more Simulator, as well as, oh my God, what's it called? Repo Rewind? No, Retro Rewind. And there's another one that I've bought, which is, it's almost like a Where's Wally kind of thing, which I might jump onto for a little bit. Then I'm going to get off and go to bed. And if all things go well, I've got to set my alarm for about 3:30 in the morning. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get up and then maybe play some repo with Zanny and whoever else turns up. So fingers crossed, that will be really cool. And then we'll wait and see, because today's Saturday. It's about 20 past 2 in the afternoon. And so hopefully, all things going well, we'll see if I get on Sunday, because of course Sunday over here in Australia is Mother's Day. I've got to watch my daughter play volleyball, and we'll go. Fluxy, hello. How are you? Good morning, my darling. Oh, I wanted to say thank you for the follow as well to, and I'm really sorry about my pronunciation. Is it to Genko? That's probably totally wrong, but thank you so much for your follow. So, Bloxy, how are you, my darling? I'm really happy. And I will actually, if I can. No, I can't, because they're not in chat. All right. Excuse me. Now, a small update for Supermarket Simulator. They've added a trash can. So this is a new furniture item we can buy, which means we can purchase it and go put it down by the shop where we've got our machine. Oh, I'm not wording today. Vending machine. So I always have my vending machines outside of the shop of the items that are in the vending machine, because you don't have as far to travel. And then I was using my ute when I had my ute in my new one to actually put all the empty boxes and take them back to the shop. But now, because of this, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So you're good but tired? I'm doing fantastic. I'm feeling really cool. I went for a walk this morning. My knees are killing me. I'm getting old. I had a shower with my hair. My kids are both out. I'm home alone. So, Magic Man, hello. Um, I'm really happy and I'm really enthused, and I'm looking forward to, doing Supermarket Simulator now, then have a break when I go pick my son up, and we're going to make some pizzas for tea, and then I'm jumping back on again. So, oh my God, how you going, Magic Man? I hope you're well. I love your emotes. Really, I do. I love anyone's emotes. So, but yeah, so, okay. So basically, we've got it's good to hear. Thank you. I hope you're really well as well. We're going to be buying a trash can, and we're going to have it right next to the thing. Thank you for my hug. I absolutely love my hugs. So that's good to know. That's one of the best things. They actually said, it was a highly requested by the community. It's the best thing because the only trash can was outside of the shop. So it's absolutely brilliant. So now if I do manage to get up at 3:30 in the morning, which is in about 11, no, 13 hours, looking forward to playing Repo because they've had a new update. They've had a cosmetic update and yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So anyway, let's open up this. Also, which one am I opening? That one. Also, I've done a lot of study. I've studied for my speed run. So yeah, my big one's level 101. So we're on a level 11, which is really cool. This is the third stream on this one. Okay, so we're not far into it. Needless to say, you can see I've done a lot of shopping because I wanted to have everything all ready to go. I've got $1,492. Before we do anything, let's buy this. I need to buy. Will they? No, they should let me. I need to buy this rubbish bin and take it up to the shop. Trash can. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. It's a cart. Ready? Purchase. That is, besides the vending machine, the trash can is going to be your friend. Honest to God. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's put it in the right spot. We'll come back here in a second. Oh, come with me. Now, we've only got in this game, in my other game, I think I've got about 5 vending machines. In this game, I've only got 1. And what I've done in the days that have gone, that big box for this, that is so cool. Oh, do you know how massive this, that is unreal. Now, what are we putting in here? Is it the cola? Okay, at the moment, the cola is the most expensive thing we can put in. So what we can do is we can load this up. And look at this. I don't have to take it all the way down there. It is so cool. Now, as a reminder for people who don't know, if we buy anything on the internet, yeah, I know, Bloxy, it blew my mind. When I loaded up and I saw that they had that, I was just like, yes. When you buy something on the internet, back at the shop on the computer, if you buy something and it costs $100, you pay $100 and it lands where the rubbish box is, that's where it lands, and you get it straight away, not a problem. If you go to these shops here, which sell all the things that you need, you can buy that same item, but it's 50% off. So you only pay $50, which means you can buy 2 of those items and have more stock in your store, which means that you've got more things for customers to buy. Or when you first start this game, as I showed at the beginning, I went to the shop and I bought things. So you only had, I can't remember what the opening thing was, but say it was 50, no, was it $50? Say it was $100. But when you tried to buy one of each item, you can't. Okay, so that was right at the beginning. You can't. So over the internet on the computer, you had to choose what you bought. So customers would come in knowing that you're able to sell, say, the 5 items, but you've only got 4 on the shelf. All right. So they might not be as happy and might give you less points that they give. Now, when they give points, that goes to the store level. So up the right-hand side, it says store level 11. So with the store points, I think they're called, you might get less. Whereas if you come in here, you see this, the pasta, it's costing us $3.65 instead of $7.30. Okay? So I was able to get one of each, like a box of each of the things, plus a bit more on the first day, which is really, really cool. So now, the whole reason why these are good is because while you're restocking, changing around your store, yeah, restocking your shelves and whatever else. This is earning passive income. Okay, it's 8 o'clock still. I haven't opened the shop, and yet people are coming, you know, the NPCs or whatever, they're coming and they're buying stuff. So at the moment, I've got $643 there that I've earned before I've opened the shop, which means you could fill this whole thing, okay, leave your computer on, go to work, go do some washing, go have lunch, whatever, and come back and you would have sold stuff, which means you've got money. So you can buy stuff to stock your shelves. And then if you run out of money, as long as you've got product in here, then you can keep getting passive income, which means that you can stock your whole store, not a problem. You don't have to wait to sell things, to restock, to, you know, things like that. So the vending machines are a game changer. They're huge. As you can see, they keep, you know, people keep coming in. So what I've done, okay, so you have a look, and on the left-hand side, it says, like I can press and hold the left button, okay, so which means I can move this around and put it somewhere else, but I want it there. And if I press E, if you watch the income, I've just transferred it to myself. So now sometimes you will notice that they don't buy things. They stop buying things. Like during when your shop's open, it either nobody goes here or hardly anyone does. But sometimes when you're restocking things, you'll notice that nobody's come for quite a while. If you go and get yourself another box of whatever's in there, and if you know, fill it up or just put some in there, sometimes that sort of makes them go, oh yeah, that's right. You know, there's a machine, I can go buy stuff. Once I've actually had to save the game, go out of it, come back in, and then it's kicked it back up. All right, so you can keep an eye on it and go from there. So anyway, I'm not going to restock that for now because we're going to open the shop. But what I've done is I've grabbed the licenses that I have paid for. I've actually grabbed items, as you can see, and I've used the vending machine. I've used it a number of times to be able to grab this much stock, because on my third, like I don't know what day I'm up to, but this is only my third stream. I shouldn't be able to buy this much. But because I've used a vending machine and the knowledge of what I've got, this is what I've got. I've been able to get, that is. And I've got one of each thing in here as well. Everything's stocked on the shelves. All right. I've also, now if you have a look here, it says vending machine. If you click on it, you can buy a vending machine for $500. Don't get it first thing, because I think the first thing you can put in there is it the water? Yeah. The first thing you can put in there is the water, okay? So until you actually have the license for the water, none of these things can go on the vending machine. So you've paid $500 for it to sit there and do nothing, which is what I did, because I didn't, in my other game, work out what can go on the vending machine. Wait until you've got that, and then once you've got that, you can do it. You're not going to make a huge amount of money because the... oh, that's locked. Okay, sorry. You're making $1.83 per water. However, it's still income. Okay. Once you get to another license, so we're up to these, like all these can go in, but at the moment, I've got the most profit on the cola. So that's why I'm filling it up with cola. Okay. So I'm making $2.56 profit per bottle. So like the $600 that we're getting, that's what they've paid for each, that's what comes from paying for each bottle. But you've got to remember that we've already paid for the box that we bought to stock it. So technically I didn't make $600 and something. It was a bit less. It's not worth me working out what it is. But the vending machine, once you can put something in, is worth it. And if you have a number of vending machines, you can click on them and it tells you you've got 40, like I've got 44 bottles of cola out of a possible spaces for them of 240. So if you have different things in there, it will give you a list, and where it says 240, that's because you've got an item clicked on the shelf, and with the bottles on each shelf, you can fit 15 items. So you can use this to add to cart and buy something, and that'll turn up outside. But if you go down, press M for map, if you go to the actual shop itself, it's so worthwhile because you're paying half price, which means you're actually earning more money. Okay, so if you're buying something for say $2 and you're selling it for $3, so you're making $1 profit. Okay, if you go to the shop and instead of paying $2 for it, you're paying $1 for it because it's half price. At all these shops, all the items are half price. So that means we're paying $1 for it, we're selling it for $3. So instead of making $1, you're making $2. And because you're paying $1 for it, you can buy 2 items instead of 1 for the same amount of price. It's just time of going there. So if you just go, okay, this is part of the game, to go backwards and forwards, then that's not a problem. And then once you get enough money, management, once you get enough money, vehicles. Okay, you can buy a vehicle. If you get a skateboard, they're really cool. Like I got one, and you could jump over things, but you can only carry 1 item. Okay, they take a little bit to learn to control. I didn't buy a bicycle or a scooter or a sedan. I saved the money, went straight to a pickup. It is worth the money. Okay, the other ones will carry items. I'm assuming as you go up, you can carry more items. Like a bicycle, it's got like a basket, so maybe you can carry 2 or 3 things. A scooter, I have no idea how many you carry. A sedan, I'm assuming you'd put it in the back. I don't know. And then the pickup truck obviously carries the most. So, it depends on what you want to do. So I just went, no, I'm just going to wait and save the money, which is what I'll do here. But yeah, anyway, what I've done, just quickly, is I've looked at all of these, not the bakery, because you're not going to be able to make as much money. I will be buying these licenses, but not until later on. I've had a look at like this one, the peanut butter, and then if I come down, I've looked at this one, and I've looked at all of these plus this to work out what is going to be the most beneficial making us money. And I thought, well, one of these will be really cool. So I looked at it and I worked out that, which one was it? This one here, the one with the bleach and the cleaner and that. You would make, if you bought one of each item, you would make a profit of $19.27. And I thought, that's pretty cool. And then I sort of looked at it, because like the ice cream, you're not going to make as much. And then I looked at it and I went, do you know what? Let me check out the new DLCs, like with the essentials as well as with the hardware. And have a look to see, and the clothing as well, yeah, but not the bakery. And I went, okay, let's check it out, see what we can make the most money on. That one. Okay. And I worked out that, now is it on the screen? Lily machines. Okay. I'll just see what I can get on the screen. Okay. This one here, these shoes. Okay, this one here. This one here with the cotton shirts, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one here with the headphones, okay? They were the top 4 in regards to how much money we got per item. I'll show you my sheet in a second. It's a lot of figures, and it took me a while to work it out. Now, I worked it out on the prices in my other game. So obviously the prices that we're going to sell them for in this game are going to be different. I'm just assuming that the license I'm going to purchase has approximately the same ratio in regards to what you can buy things for. So it's actually pretty interesting. I'll show you this. Oh my goodness. No. Okay. Now, Group 3, which is, it's got the Luma women's shoes and everything else. If we sold one of each, it was giving us a profit of $41.74. Group 1, which has got the women's heels and all these things, $39.15 profit from selling one item each. Group 2, $38.43, and Group 6, we were making profit of $36.92. And I went, oh, well, you know, looking at this, it looks like Group 3, $41.74. That's pretty cool. And that's Group 3. But then I thought about it and I've gone, well, hang on. In the boxes you buy, sometimes you might get 4 items, sometimes you might get 8 items or 16 or 12 items. And it's like, well, if we pay so much for a box and it's got so many items in it, that means the ones with more items in it, you're going to be able to sell and make more profit. So then I've gone, oh. So then I went through, as you can see, this one, it's basically two shoes on a shelf. There's 4 in a box. So 4 times the price, which was that 25 for the box? Yeah. So that's the box amount. That's 4 to a hanger, and then there's only 4 in the box. So this is 10, which goes on a hanger, and then that's 10 to a box. So then I went through and I worked out how much a box of each would cost. And then I went through. So this is the best item for 1. But then I went through and it's like, well, this is either the cost or the profit. So it's 301. No, this is the profit. So it's 301. This is 332. This is 411. And this one here, which was the least amount profit for 1 item, would give us a profit after selling everything in the box of $451. So Group 6, needless to say, is what we're going to go with. So that's the item I'm going to buy. So this is 3 to a pegboard and it's 6 in a box, and that's what it gives us. So that's the same, 12 to a pegboard, 24 in a box. Keyboard that you have 4 in a spot on the section, there's 8 in a box. Do you see what I mean? Like this has got 24 in a box. This is 8, 6 and 16. So these have more items to sell and it's going to give us more profit. So like I will buy all these other licenses, but this is the one I'm going to get to have in the shop next, which is Group 6, the headphones, this one. So that's going to be $2,000. So let's move this back over and let's get into this game. So we've got $2,000 at the moment. But what I need to look at, oops, where's it gone? Okay, so for the headphones, what I need to look at is I need to buy a shelf and I need to buy hanging spots. Actually, that's what I was looking at. And I know what goes on where. So this one here, so the 4 that are in yellow, they go on this pegboard, okay? The other ones, those 3 there, they go on a shelf. So when you go to buy this, you know that you're going to need those 2 items, but out of everything there, you don't know what goes on what. But because I've got my other game and I've got all the licenses, I went on and I worked it out. So this tells me that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 things that go on pegboards. And so I've worked out I'm going to buy 2 of the pegboards, and I've got 3 things here which goes on shelves, and I'm pretty sure I was going to get 1 shelf. At this stage, that is. So why didn't I write down the price of a pegboard? Because, you know, that would have made sense. I can look that up anyway. So the shelf I would get would be the full one, and that's $200. If we go and have a look, okay, so it's $150, and you can get a pegboard that looks like this, or you can get a pegboard that looks like this. They're exactly the same. They just look different. Like, you can't change the look of a pegboard. That's how they are. Whereas back here with, say, a mini fridge, you can choose a colour. If you want to have your fridges and your shelves and everything, where's the shelves? Okay, so the shelves. If you want to have them a different colour, you need to choose the colour before you buy them. So if I wouldn't change that and have, say, a purple one and add it to the cart, if I go to the cart, it'll show me that the colour's going to be purple. Once you buy it, at this stage, you can't change the colour. So you need to work out what you'd like and do it beforehand. So anyway, where's my pegboards? So that's $150. So that means it's going to be $300 for the pegboards that I need. And it's going to be, I'll change that back to white. It's going to be $200 for the shelf. So that's $500. So when we get the license, which I'm not going to get yet, we've only got $2,000. So technically, this license we're going to get costs $2,000. I can get it. However, I need $500 for the shelf and the pegboards to put them on. And then I need to have money to buy the stuff. So if I got this now and then I opened up to sell, I would have a lot of customers coming in going, oh, I couldn't find the headphones. I couldn't find the wireless mouse. And so their store points they give you, I think each person can give you a maximum of 5, would be less. So you're earning less points. And we need to level up our store level as quick as possible, because all these licenses require store level 42 or store level, the last one's store level 90. So we want the maximum amount of points as soon as possible, as well as we need as much money as soon as possible. So I did look at these other licenses for the essentials as well. But at this stage, this is what we're looking at, and it's going to make us a lot of money. So we're going to open up for 1 day's trade to be able to get enough money to buy this license, to buy the pegboards, the shelf, as well as to buy the products. Now we need products to go on the shelf, but we also need products to have as backup when we sell the stuff. Okay, so you can't just buy 1 box of each and then go, hey, that's cool. Because like with the keyboards, there's, what was it? Was it 4 or 8 or something? And some of these might only have 4 products in them. And then if you've got 30 something customers coming in and like 5 of them want it, well, there's not enough products. So you need to have more than 1 box of each. So anyway, that's a lot of talking. Let's get in. We'll have a quick look at our vending machine. Okay. Oh, we just sold one. So we've got 37. That's fine. If it ends up running out, oh well. So, but we've got, at this stage, we've got $40 sitting up there. We can go and get. That's not enough for what we need. So we need to open up for the day. Let's get going. This is so cool. Oops. Okay. And yeah, having a rubbish bin up there, that's huge. It's going to save so much time, especially if you don't have a car, a vehicle of any kind, to be able to bring the empty boxes back. It's brilliant. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm excited. This is so cool. Oh, cheers. Hey, good morning. On card today, $18.95. Brilliant. Thank you so much. We're getting new stock in soon. Don't forget to come back. Every time you get a license as well, you get more customers that come in. It attracts more customers. So, and then I think if you have however much on the actual shelf itself, oh wow, he's buying a lot. That's cool, thank you. There we go. If you have more on the shelf, they will actually buy more, which is why, you know, I've tried to put as much on as we can. And we will end up maybe with the products that we're going to end up $2.20. With the products we're going to end up getting, which are going to bring in more money, they're the items that we're going to end up like making a full shelf of, or, you know, having more available to buy. There we go. Thank you. 47.35. But yeah, it's a really well done game. You know, they keep sort of doing bug fixes or updates and bits and pieces, so it is well supported. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it still. And they obviously, you know, they've done some bug fixes and everything, but they've also brought in a bin, and so they're listening to what people want, and that's really cool. I've got to check the shelves in a minute. These guys are coming in fast, and they're buying a lot, which is really cool. 37.25. 21.35. And I don't know if I can get through them really quickly, whether you actually get more customers coming in. Oh, I need to clean the floor. I forgot about that. Hang on. There we go. No more. Clean that up. Oh. Okay, what are we short on? Milk. Milk. Looking for milk. There we go. Oh. We do have more here somewhere. Right there. Now, they won't like waiting, but I can't help that for a sec. What else? How's our cheese? Checkouts are full. There we go. He's not very happy. And yeah, coming up, I will have to get another checkout person. Okay. 18.10. The message you saw above his head, if there's something missing on a shelf that they want to get, they will put a message above the head, but it's only there for about 5 seconds. So if you're not looking, you will miss it. And then you'll see at the end, they'll say, oh, you know, one item couldn't be found. Excellent. Oh, checkouts are full. Okay. I need to go faster. Obviously, I'm not working hard enough. And I just saw that mess on the floor, but I can't get to that in a minute. 65. Okay. 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 $9.10. He should ring the bell. No. There we go, thank you. $1.05. I'm gonna have to, what time is it? Yep. 26.60. Nice. 24.95. Lovely. 18.50. Wonderful. 28.15. Okay. What do we need? Water. Nope. I'm trying to work out what to put in, because we'll be going through a lot of stuff. But because we've got like 3 shelves of things. Where did I see it? Here. Oh, what was their milk? Yeah, because we've got 3 shelves of stuff, we've been lucky. Or only 2 of some things. I'm just trying to see. We should be all right. We're getting low on things, so I will have to restock, but that's fine. At this point in stage, it's fine. 85 cents. So basically, I've got one hand, and I've got my thumb on the space bar. And then when you've given them the correct change, you press the space bar. So using the mouse for everything else. There we go. And that should be just about it. Now, I've said before, I never close my store. If you click on, actually, let's have a look to see. I'm pretty sure with the vending machines, yeah, you don't really sell much during this time. So, just M for map, that's cool. I don't click for it to go from open to close. When you finish the day and you press enter, and then it brings up everything, and then you go to the next day, it's automatically closed. If you click closed at the wrong time, I've done it once and I've worked out what happens. What happens is when you open your shop, you get so many NPCs or whatever, and they come from certain areas and they're coming to your shop. So you might have someone who's walking from here, and it gets to 9 o'clock at night and they're still coming, and then they'll come into your shop even though it's after closing time. But if you click closed, they will get to here, they will walk to here. Because it's closed, they'll turn around and walk off, so you've missed out on a sale. Okay. The other thing to do is always wait until everybody's left your shop. If it says, like, it's 9 o'clock, it says press enter to finish the day. If you press enter and there's customers still in your store, you will miss out on any sales that you would have got from them. So if they're getting things put through the checkout, or whether they're still walking around picking up things, if you press enter, all of that's gone. You won't make any money. So you need to wait until everybody's gone. Even though it's 9 o'clock, wait till everybody's left your shop for sure. Now, because nobody else is coming in, we're going to hit enter to finish the day. So we had 39 customers. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming that's the most we've had. I can't recall because it was a little bit ago. We've got 346 points, store points. That's what's going to move our level up. So we want to get as many store points as we can, which means we need to keep the floor clean, keep the windows clean, and pick up any trash. You lose store points if you leave them down for too long. We want to serve the customers as soon as possible and make sure that we've got stock on the shelves, because if they're missing stuff on the shelves, then they might give you 4 out of 5 points that they were going to give you. So as long as those things are happening, you'll get the most points. By having bought more licenses, you'll get more customers coming in. So this number will go up, which means you'll sell more stuff and you'll make more store points. Okay, so each license you get, sometimes when you extend your shop, when you make it bigger, that will bring more customers in, which means you get more store points. Okay, so if we go to the next day, all right, the first thing I always do is check the pricing and check in regards to if my bills are paid. So we'll go off of that. So that's down to 28, which is fine. So we'll go bills. So we'll pay those bills, pay the rent, go down to pricing. Now, click here on last change. So that's what we need, but I always go through until I get it again. And it tells me today there's only been one change of pricing, like either goes up or down. So we were charging $4.95. The market's now charging $5.80. So we want to make sure that we don't miss out on any profit. So I'll put that up to $5.90. And then we'll go from there. So if you've missed a day, this shows 4 things that got changed yesterday. I can have a look to see. $2.95, $3.14, $2.95, $2.50. So here we go. This is a prime example. I've sold these for too cheap. I didn't put my price up. I missed out on changing the price for there. Let's have a look 2 days ago. $3.90, $76.86. Yep, that's fine. 60 to 70. Okay. Okay, so $3.04 to $3.14 will go to $3.15. Yes. $2.94 won't go to $2.95. $2.94, so that's $3.04. That will go $3.05. So yeah, so we've missed out on profit yesterday because we didn't have our prices up. So the market's charging $2.88. We're only charging $2.50. So it's important to look at these. I mustn't have looked first thing. And if I get out of order of what I do, then I forget. Because it was the end of the day, so to speak. Well, I'd restocked the store. And so in my head, I've done everything. So, all right. So $2.88. So that'd be $2.98. So I'll charge $3 for there. $3.14. And how you can work your prices out. You can just put market price. And so if I put that as market price, $3.14, I'm going to be making $2.02 profit. Not a problem. What I do though is I will put my price up to no more than 15 cents higher than market price. And most customers are happy. The reason with my pricing, I'll end it on either a 5 cents or a 0 cents. Because I'm giving change, the less I have to muck around with the coins, the quicker I can be. So if I don't have to muck around with 1 and 2 cent coins, then I'm going to be faster. So that's why all of these will end with a 0 or a 5. So what I'll do is I will never go up 15 cents. The most I'll go up is 14 cents, depending on the price. So this is $3.14. If you add 10 cents, it's $3.24. And then I'll just go to the closest 5 or 0. So that's $3.25. So that's what I'll charge. Now, that's why this one's $5.80. I've gone to $5.90 instead of $5.95. Because 15 cents on $5.80 is $5.95. I've worked out that once you hit exactly 15 cents, you get a number of customers who have the little thing above their head going, oh, the sugar is too expensive. So they haven't bought it. There are others who will buy it, but the more people saying things are expensive, I think the less store points you get. Now, if you put something on there and someone says it's too expensive, you can either go to the computer or you can go on the shelf itself, click on the price and you can change it there. If they're saying it's too expensive and you've gone, say, 15 cents, just reduce it by 5, honestly, and that will make all the difference. So, all right, so that's right, 14, yeah, yeah, all right. Okay, so that was really good, and that's why we ended up having 2 lots of bills and 2 lots of rent to pay, because I didn't do it yesterday. So, okay, is that going to be enough money? 2,975. So we need 2,000 for the license, 500 for the 2 boards. Like technically, oh, it's 3 each, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Like technically, I could just do 1, but we've got 4 items, because I know 4 items that go on the pegboard, which means that only 2 of them will have 2 hooks, if you know what I mean. I want to be able to put, if I have 2 pegboards, I can put 3 lines for each item, and that's what I want. So that will be 2,500, which will leave us $475 for the product. Until we get the license, we can't tell. Give me a second. So that's 1. I'm having a look. I'm trying to work out, because I did this a while ago. So this is what we're going to be getting. So if that's 122, that's 98. I can't say 100% if this is the price of 1 box or if this is the profit from 1 box, which means there'll be more. So if we assume that's the price, so that will be like 250. No, that's 300, 350. So it's heading up towards 400, 451, which means we could buy 1 of each. If we bought, okay, I really want to buy it. Really, 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 really. How much have we got on the vending machine? We've got $85 now. So we can always pick that up. We don't have to buy any more product because I've got it outside. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy it. All right. Let's fill this up. That's already done. So C to close. Oops. I wasn't as far over. Okay. So I'll fill everything up first. And then we'll buy the new one. Now, another reason why I'm looking at buying from the new DLC is because when you order things, none of the DLCs are in these shops, which means we have to pay full price on the computer, but it also means we're going to get delivery straight here. Okay, so it's an advantage to have delivery here. It's a disadvantage that we can't buy it in the shops because they're not half price. Okay, where's the water? I'm trying to remember. I've got these in when we bought the products there, like the product licenses. I don't need water. What am I doing? It's the cola. Don't mind me. Okay. Now, that one. Okay. So yeah, so I'll get this filled up and then we'll go up there. We'll buy the new license, which is going to be really cool. And I had to move stuff to get it out of the actual loading area itself. We did that, didn't we? I'm concentrating on what I'm saying and not what I'm doing. Because I was meant to get that. Okay. No. Close it. If you close it, like, it's easier to see them when they're open. Did I put that in there? I'm a goober. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. It's easier to see them when they're open than down, but you can actually fit more in when they're closed. Now, take that off. There we go. So while we're doing this, as I've said before, we're earning passive income because we're selling things up there in the vending machine. And it's just brilliant. I cannot tell you how excited and how brilliant it is. It's, yeah. Okay. I'm moving stuff here with my mouse, which is frustrating. Now that's here. Oops. And yeah, I bought all these using the money from the vending machine. So I had the game open a number of times just to let it run to make money so I could buy things. So therefore, when I came on with you guys, you wouldn't need to wait around while I was buying stuff and transporting things from the shops up the road, because that's where I've purchased everything. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to have as much as what I've got. Excellent. That one. And here. Oops. Now, cheese is here. Okay. Because, yeah, I want to do a couple of days trading. So we can see with the new license that we're going to get. Oh, nope. How much money we make. I didn't look on the money side. But I think from memory it was, what was it? 39? 39 people come in. So we'll see how many comes in. I think the second day trade you might get a good reflection of it, but I'm assuming we should get more than 39. And when it becomes available, we will look at getting, let's close it, just remembering what keys I've got to press. We will be getting the self-checkout, because that will make them a little bit happy too. Coffee, that's down here. Yes. And if you press the left shift button, it actually makes you go faster. So that's going really fast. It's going slow. Okay. And it's amazing, these boxes, because things that you have to keep in the fridge, when they're in a box, you don't. Eggs here. Yes. Okay. Close. And the reason I have one of each in here is when the customers come in, if I've got a couple of seconds, I can grab a box and put it here without having to go out and go looking for things. I can't remember if the milk was done. No. Okay, so they're all done. The water's done. I'm going to do the apple juice. Close that one. And the lemonade. Assuming it's that one. Excellent. So yeah, it's been fantastic being able to pick stuff up from up the road. Now, yep, that's the only thing with having these all out here is if you bang into them, they will make a mess. Okay, so I'm going to do bread. I think that's here, yeah. Excellent. And you use the mouse wheel to turn the boxes, so then they'll fit better. That's sugar, bread, done all those. The, no. Oh, I've put it back wrong. So I was going to say this one is what I was after. I can kind of remember from when I stacked them up. Close, see for close. And if you don't know what it is, if I left click and it opens, on the left hand side it'll tell you. It's just I've done it enough. But then I've done a couple of games and it's like remembering which one's which. Now, so you can either, once you remember how many is on a shelf, so I know this is 12, 12 and that, I can run through and look. Or you can actually look to see if there's a gap. So everything's restocked. Fantastic. What we're going to do now, go to the licenses. This one here, this is the one that I worked out, will give us the most amount of profit. So we'll click to purchase. So we've now purchased that. Brilliant. We need to go and I'm going to get this one. So as I said, you've got a black background with gold hooks, or white background with gold hooks. So I'm going to get 2 of those. So I've added that to the cart. And we need a shelf. So we're going to get 1 of those. So we'll purchase that. And the reason I know to get, well, 2 of those is it tells me to get 1 of each of what you need. So when you go to buy a license, it tells you that you'll need those. So that's letting you know that all these products here go on a hook. None of them go on a shelf. And you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 products, you got 6 shelves. 6 hooks, sorry. However, some of these might only have, so say the mounting tape, they might only fit 3 products on a hook. And the glue gun, that might fit 6 products. So do you know what I mean? You might need to have 2 of these to be able to fit enough products for the ones that don't fit as many on the shelf. So, and I can check that out in my other game because we're so high leveled. Now, let's have a look at, go to the products. So the new license, if you go to the bottom, this is where you'll find all the products, okay? So this is the first one because we've got that turquoise. So I'm going to add 1 of each to the cart. I'm not going to be able to. I knew that. I was wondering. That's the amount that we had. I was hoping that wasn't the case. The amount that I had on here, this is the profit, which means we're in a bit of bother here. because it's $239 to buy a box of flash drives. $53 here, $222, $207. So if we bought one of each, I did wonder, it's going to cost us $993. That means we're going to have to start our shop with not all the products. So some of the customers are not going to be happy. They're going to come in going, I can't find headphones, or I can't find an electric toothbrush. So this is what we don't know. If I'd had time and if I thought about it, I would have looked, hang on, this is annoying me. I would have looked at the price of everything again. As I said, when I worked out the spreadsheet of what's the best thing to buy, I didn't write down that that is profit, which means I would know that it's going to cost more and how much it's going to approximately cost. So what we're going to do is come up here for a minute and see how much we've got in the vending machine. So if I had time, what I would do is I would fill this vending machine up. So at the moment we've got $122, and look, there's no product in there. There we go. Okay. Oh no, there are some left. Good. And look, the bin. Oh, that's so good. So at the moment we've got $126 that we've earned passive income. So our shop's not open. So I can take that money. So it's $466. I've now got $592. If I wait, like if I left this going, I could make enough money to buy one of each before we start the day. But I don't want you guys to have to wait for that. That's the sort of thing that I was trying to organise ahead of time, which is the same as when we were, when I've got all the product outside the store, I use the vending machine and I use buying stuff at the shops to get it half price. Okay. We're going to buy what we can. I'll see how many products we can actually get. And then when we have, because I bought the shelves and everything, so we can get it there set up. When we have enough money, what we will actually do is buy stuff and quickly put it on the shelf. But we probably get customers who are going to say, you know, I'm not happy. Actually, what I'll do, so they're not on top of each other because we might have to restock something. Okay. Now you can see on the floor where we can put this. And they don't care if it's cramped. You should see my other shop. It is so cramped. So I try and put these as close as possible. And I work that out by what's on the floor. Okay. And just as a reminder, if somebody, like if I've stocked the shelves and I've come back in and you've got customers waiting here, if you put your cursor on the desk, once you get the green outline, if I left click on the desk, it puts me there. It puts me ready to serve here. So I have to hit escape to get out. That saved me time from running all the way around, coming here, then you have to click on the desk itself to actually be ready to serve. So it's the same as if I'm here, if I highlight here and left click, it puts me in front of it. So once you've highlighted it, you can go in front of it. Now, hang on. I'm going to put this one up first. Okay, there we go. And they don't care about boxes on the floor, so that's not a problem. All right. What we need to do is work out what we can buy. So, 239. I was actually going to add these up, but if I take these off, as long as if I'm under $5.95, I will, if I'm just over, I will have a look to see what's in the vending machine to grab that. Okay, so that's $5.35. Two, four. I reckon that'd be the most, really. So what did I get rid of? Hang on, so that's the headphones. We don't have the toothbrush. And it was the other big one, wasn't it? So 222. Flash drive, 239. No. All right, let's buy that. Then what we'll do is, because you can't do this on the day before, on the new day, if I click there and if I click there, that's ready to go. Okay, so I need to earn $464, or what I can do is I can get rid of one of these and just buy one, which is probably what I will do. If I get rid of that one, so the flash drive, I need to earn $164, and then I can buy that and put it on the shelf. Okay, if we go out and go here, we've got $12 up there. That's not going to make it or break it. All right. So once we buy the toothbrush, we need to earn $239 to actually get the flash drive. So they'll be ready to go. I'm going to leave it up like this. Okay. I'm going to get the product, which is sitting right here. Now, this can go up the top. Okay, so that's 8 on each shelf and 16 per box. The keyboard, you only get 4 on a shelf and you get 8 in a box. So we will have more people come in, and we will have to buy more of those products. Okay. Now there's 4 products that go on a shelf, so I can put each going down. All right. So I'll put this here. And I know that I haven't got enough to go on all 3 hooks. That's fine. Okay. This one. Excellent. So that's some of what we've got. Now, with these products that we've bought, before we do anything, we need to go to the pricing. Now, once you get a storeroom, you need to stock the items in the storeroom first, on the storeroom shelf. Okay, so then you've got a tag on your storeroom shelf. So once you get restockers, they know where the product goes. Then you need to stock them on the shelf. Always restock new product in the morning, okay? Because then you've paid your bills. You don't have to worry about how much money you've got left and if you've got enough. Then you also don't have to worry about customers coming in and buying stuff. So you get here, you go all the way down the bottom. Once you're at the bottom, then this is the area that you actually change your prices. You can... No, you can't change it here. Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. So, but yeah, so when you first buy your products, you buy them, you take them in the storeroom. Once you've got the storeroom, you stock them on the shelves, you bring them back into the shop. Like you put the box on the shelf in the storeroom, so then it gets a tag. You bring them, you put them on the shelf wherever you're going to have them in your shop. Then you come to the pricing, go all the way to the bottom, and you can see all the zeros here. So these are all the things that we need to put pricing on, because at the moment this is selling for $8.88, which is the current cost of what we bought it for. Okay, so per item. The market price is $13.32. So all of these, we're not making any money. We're not losing money, but we're not making any money. So you need to, if you get a new license, do it in the morning. And don't open your shop until you put prices on, because customers will come in, they'll buy stuff, which is great, and they're happy. They're buying it less than the market price, and you're not making any profit on it. So always do your pricing first. So if we go from this one, so $13.32, if you add 10 cents, it's 42. Round it up to the closest 0 or 5 number. So that would be $13.45. Now, $14.98 would be $15.08, so that's $15.10. $15.02 is $15.12, so I'll say $15.15. $11.92 is $12.02, which is $12.05. Now, this is just what I do. You can do whatever you do, but this way I'm making the most profit that I can. And as I said, I have it on a 0 or a 5 number because I'm doing the change at the moment. Once they're doing, you've got cashiers, and once you've got them doing self-checkouts and you're not actually doing the till, you can have whatever you want. But I've just left it at a 0 or 5 number. $23.17 is $23.27, which is $23.30. $14.82 is $14.95. $18.84 is $18.95. Cool. So there we go. So all of these have changed. We've got proper prices. We've got profit that we're making as well. As well as oh my goodness,
Panty Lunatic just raided with 4 viewers. Thank you so very much, Panty Lunatic, for the raid.
I've actually didn't realise I didn't have my headphones plugged in. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Let me, hang on. That's thrown me not having it, my headphones, and I didn't even know. There we go. Grand Theft Auto. Whoa, that is so cool. My son plays that. How did your stream go? Welcome in. Yeah, that's so cool. Are you doing the story, or are you just doing different different sections? I don't know how to word it. My wording is not coming today. That is so cool though. Appreciate everyone coming in. I'm Jasper Josie, or Jasper, Josie, JJ, whatever. I play a lot of simulator games. I also play Repo sometimes with friends, and Valheim. We're looking at playing maybe Winter Rose, but that's with my mum, my brother, and my nephew. So not the story, no, just grinding for resources for profiting monies. Went surprisingly well. That is so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, no, my son and his cousins and that play it, and they run around and have a mark. They muck around really bad. But yeah, how far into it are you? That is excellent. Um, yeah, so now I'll put the prices on the computer. The prices are coming up here. You can click on here and you can change the price there and then press OK. It tells you what the market price is, and so you can change it. And that tells me for each profit, each thing we sell, we're making $7.32. With this supermarket simulator, basically what I'm doing is I have another supermarket simulator and I'm level 101. I've been playing it for a long time. I've got all the licenses. So what I'm looking at doing is, with the knowledge I have, I'm looking to get from the first license to the end license as quick as I can. So I'm not buying every license along the way. I'm strategically buying a couple here and there to make the most profit possible, to level as quick as we can, to see how quick I can actually get all of them. So, but yeah, thank you so much for your aid and bringing your people in here. I really appreciate that. That is so cool. I don't think we've only got one vending machine, 222. No, we're not going to get that. So we're going to have to open up for the day. Technically, there's no end game. Yeah. So just money to earn. It can be repetitive in a way, but they recently have partnered with the famous GTA YouTube channel with a mission content creator. Oh, okay. I hadn't heard of that. I have to ask my son. But I know there's a lot of things. So I played a small amount of GTA, but get this, that was on our old PlayStation 2. That was like a while ago. So I haven't played it in absolute ages. My son's going to be 16 this year, and yeah, he plays that and COD and a lot of games. So, but wow, that's changed things a bit, I bet. That's so cool. Um, okay, we're going to open up. We've got 2 items that we haven't got, which the customers are going to be looking for, but that's fine because, yeah, we'll basically buy them as soon as we've got enough money. Oh dear. And yeah, I don't know. After this one, like, we've got all these different licenses we can get, but I'm not buying these. We're going to wait, and down here we're going to be buying something. So it's insane that a YouTube group got contacted by Rockstars. That's unbelievable. Rockstars do a lot of games though themselves to do partnering. So I'm like, oh damn, nice. They really involve well. Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, that's brilliant. You remember watching the walkthroughs? That is cool. I haven't, because obviously I haven't played that, but having content creators actually have such a I can't say the words, have such a an effect or change on the game, and that, oh, is incredible. Do you know what I mean? Obviously they had enough respect and you know, things like that. It's really cool. Okay, now if I'm watching these, somebody's going to say they can't find such and such. There we go. Have we got enough yet? No. 23.40, nearly there. Remember, you got a keyboard? Nice. 50, 60, 8, 35. Okay. We can get the next license, 850. So they can wait for a second. So if we purchase that, and then that one's ready to go. So we need 200. They can wait for a second. Here we go. And Nope, that needs to go on here. And quickly before they do anything, so if I change this price, oh no, I've already done the price. That's all right then. Okay. Give me a second. I saw that. Now they're going to be complaining because there's not enough. The checkouts are full. Just one on your card. 350. Actually, I'll have to have a look to see when the self-checkouts come in, because that's going to be really cool. And I'm pretty sure yesterday on yesterday's trading, we had, what was it, 39 customers, I think. Yeah, we're going to run out of products on the shelf. 290. Oh, wow. It's flashing. 320. There we go. And yeah, there's no player collision. You can just put stuff through them. Shh. No disrespect. All right. So now somebody can't say, oh, we can't find this, unless, of course, we've sold out. And if we have a look, the keyboards, we've only got so many. Now, I'm going to be playing this for another hour and a bit, possibly. Then I'll be picking my son up. However, and then coming home and making tea when we're going to make pizzas. Then I'll be jumping back on. I'm looking at doing some more of Mall Simulator. I'm partway through that. And then I'm also doing Retro Rewind. I'll then be getting up from now, that's 4, in about 12 hours, because it's 20 to 4 Saturday afternoon here. Here in Australia, and so I'm looking at getting up at 3:30 in the morning, because some of my friends, Zanny and some other ones, they live in like Norway and that, so the checkouts are full. I saw someone else say something too. We'll probably run out of things. Oh, we have two. We're going to be looking at having another game of Repo. And as long as my alarm goes off, I'll be jumping on and doing that, which will be really cool. They've had a update with Repo, and that's a what is it? A cosmetics update. So that should be excellent. There was a small update with this here with Supermarket Simulator. They ended up. What are we looking for? The mouse. They ended up giving us a mouse. Here we go. They gave us a rubbish bin. So we're able to take the actual rubbish bin itself and put it outside the shops, which is really cool. Now, all these people here, they're actually waiting to go on the for the checkout. Okay. Anything else? No. Oh yes. No. Because otherwise we're losing really? We're losing store points. Okay. Now, those things that you find on the ground, they don't come from the products on your shelf, which means you're not losing products, which is really good. There we go. 65. Now we're going to have to look at getting a cashier, because being able to actually stock it with this many people coming in, yeah, it's not happening really well. Okay. Like, even though I can do it, I still have to try and keep up with the shelves and ordering. So I think we'll end up we'll order somebody to come and help. No, that sounds so wrong. Oh my goodness. Excellent. So 10.90. But yeah. Oh my goodness, I forgot. Sorry. Here we go. Update. Okay. I've just updated. Has it come on yet? I've just updated Panty Lunatic's name. I'm so sorry. Appreciate the raid. And yeah, I try and put people's names down. So then, rather than just saying thank you very much, and then, you know, if someone comes in later, there's no idea, then they can actually see. Now on my title screen thing, it actually says their name, which is really cool. Because I really do appreciate them popping in. But yeah, sometimes I forget. Okay. There we go. Brilliant. So we managed to get everything on the shelf, and we've actually sold out. So I'm assuming there'll be a couple of customers going, oh, I couldn't find this, which is fine. Now, okay, what we'll do is I'll finish for the day because there's no more customers coming. Actually, hang on. Pretty sure you click there. Hang on. Finish for the day. No, they didn't give us the products not found. That's incredible. We were lucky. So 39, that's what we had last time, even though we got a new license. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Now, we've got supply costs. That's the things that we actually bought. Upgrade costs, that's $2,000 for the new license. And there's $500, which was for the shelf and the two hanging racks. The bills and the rent we paid. Now, coming up, it's going to have staff payment. That'll be their daily wage. So we go to the next day, and the first thing we'll do, so I don't forget, is we'll come in, go to bills, I'll pay those. They're not very much now. As you go along, because you have electronics and everything, and because you increase the size of your store or have a storeroom, then your rent and your costs go up as well. So once again, if you click last change, it'll show me today the prices and how they've changed. So that's $1.91. So that's $2.01. We'll make it $2.05. $16.30. So I'll make that $16.40. And then we can check these, which is what we did before, and we found out we'd actually missed some, which is really cool. All right. So go back to products. 772. With all the other products, I've got enough here. But with those, what do we need to get? So the toothbrushes. We could actually put some more keyboards down on the bottom shelf. I might actually do that. If you use the crate. I forgot I had water. There we go. If you right click, you put it in the crate, and if you left click, you put it out. By doing that, I've put a price tag on here, which if we have people doing restocking, then they will fill these up for us, which is really cool. So now, so we need some keyboard. I don't think we're going to have enough money to buy those, but there's enough there, so that should be all right. So one of everything, except for the electric toothbrush. Maybe. Okay, that's 742, so we can do that. Now these, once again, we have to order them on the internet. Anything else, I will order. So all these up here, I'll order them and buy them at the shops because it costs half price. All right. So that's a doorbell. Okay, so we're one short there, that's fine. That's the mouse. So 3 on each. Oops. It's going to say that's here. Till we get some more money, obviously we can't order. We'll just fill these as much as we can. And the keyboard. Okay. And this is all about getting as much products as we can on the shelf. Okay. Fill these. Actually, we'll come up here and have a look to see how much money we've got. Because while we're filling the shelves, we're making passive income from a vending machine. So at the moment, we've got $81 sitting here. So what I need to do, because there's not as much product in here, I love that bin. That is the best thing ever. Oops. We get one more box. And then at the ends, so it's got $88. So we'll come up, once we've restocked the shop, we'll come up and have a look to see how much money is actually there. Like, none of these cars have anyone in them. Oh, hang on, sorry. Hello. Good, streaming. That's it. What are you after? Okay, all right. Well, text me when you know for sure regarding that last bit. Cool. All right, bye. That was one of my kids. I have 2 children. Now, all right. Nice. I keep forgetting to close it. Because normally what I do in my other one, because I've got the storeroom opened and everything happening in there, when you click on a shelf, it actually closes it for you. I want to fit as much as I can in here. So there. If you shut the boxes, you can fit more. with the box lids or these open, you can't fit as much on the ground. Like they won't go as well next to each other. Okay. But we're actually doing really good. Have a look at the licenses and that coming up. What I'm looking at doing, I'm pretty sure, is I'll be getting another vending machine. And when I look at restocking these for outside, and I need to stock these as well, then I'll actually have the computer left on. Oops, going the long way. Because, yeah, I'll do the restocking of everything outside, not on stream, because that will take long, and I just want to make this as quick and as painless as possible, just to see what we can do. Okay, so there's 3 missing there. That one. Okay. I was going to say I just did that, didn't I? No. That's fine. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Or some of you will be just going into your weekend. Oops, hang on. Oil. Yeah, if you're standing in the doorway, you might find you can't interact with things. So I couldn't pick anything up then. Or once you get people who do restocking, if you're trying to make them go faster, if you stand in the doorway, you'll find that you can't do it. So you either have to go inside or outside a little bit more. But yeah. So yeah, as I said, we're on nearly 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. And some of you guys will be on Saturday morning, I think, depending on where you are. And oh, that's perfect. However, we need one inside. There. I'm just using the scroll wheel to turn it sideways, so then it fits better. Close. Close and then down. Okay. Nearly there. And yeah, I have these inside until we get restockers. I'm going to have a lot of stuff inside, and until we get the storeroom door open itself. I can't remember what level that opens up, like what you have to be to get it to open. So they're all done. They're all done. Whoops, I'm going to do the milk. No, we did all those, didn't we? Okay. So until we get some money, we can't buy more of those. So that's fine. So 12 and 3. So if that's the mouse, yeah, and those ones. And then that's, we filled that up. That's 8 and 8. Okay, so they're fine. So we need the milk, which is... Did I mess that up again? I must have messed that up when I was restocking things. Because, yeah, that's what I want. Okay. So you get 6 in each of these boxes. Okay. Close there, which won't get in the way of the queue from the people. Now, let's head up and see. Can you remember what it was? Was it $80? I think it was around $80 we had up here. So hopefully they've been visiting, because sometimes you have to bump it up. 110. So we're not, like on each of these, we're making $2.56. So in that time we restocked the machines, we restocked the shelves, we've made passive income of $30. So if you can imagine in here, just here, this has got Gerber cake. That's what I'm aiming for. A box of this will cost you, I think, about $150 to $170. I can't remember. That's paying half price. So for 15 cake packets, it's around $170. If you buy one box of this on the computer, then it's $340 for one box of 15. What I've done in my other game is I've got 5 of these filled with Gerber cakes, and I have them coming all the time. And from each of them, I make a profit of over $4,000. And while I'm restocking, so I'm going around to the meat and dairy, the green market, the janitorial, the alcohol, the liquor store, and up here, while I'm going from place to place in my ute, then I'm making passive income. So if I run out of money, I can come to the machines and go 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. And then restocking, I just have to come in here, press and hold, grab the box, come here and fill it up. And now I can put the empty box in the bin. I don't have to take the rubbish back to the shop. It is just, these vending machines are mind-blowing. All right, so if I take that, so we've got $117. We'll see if we can buy one more thing. And we need to do another day's trade. But yeah, it's fantastic. All right, out of all these, so headphones, basically headphones really. I don't know if they cost a lot though. Headphones, 53. Yep, we can get one of those. We're going to do that for sure. So that's immediately here, because these ones you can't buy. Okay, so that's got all of those. And yes, it will get in my way, but anyway. I'll have a look at keyboard. What else have we got? We've got the doorbell. So we've got the mouse. We've got the mouse. We've got that. We've got that on the top. Headphones, mouse. So we've got some spare ones of those, and those. This one we don't, so the doorbell. But I'll have a look to see the keyboard. It all depends on what it costs. Doorbell is 127. We haven't got enough. The keyboard is 82. If we wait for a minute. No, there's $3. That's going to take a little bit longer because the cola you don't make as much profit. Okay, what we do want to order is one of these. No, was it a doorbell? Yeah, doorbell and a keyboard. The keyboard I'll do first. The doorbell I'll do second because that's 127. We'll leave that there. We'll open up for the day. Turn the lights on. Okay, so we've got everything on the shelf. And actually, if we have a look here, hiring, like we're level 10. So technically we can hire someone. It's going to cost us $100 and then it's going to cost us $80 a day. Okay. So at the moment we don't have $100, but we could be looking, maybe from the next day's trade or something, because it's getting really, really busy. What was that? How much do we need? $22. Okay. So once we've got $22, we can get some more keyboards. So we've got backup for when they sell out, which we probably get now. There we go. $57 even. Thank you kindly. Let's come back on here and purchase that. So that was a keyboard. So we want to get a doorbell next. So then we've got extra products. I'll be with you in a minute. Okay. Close that. Put that there. Highlight there. And we're straight in. So much quicker. There we go. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Excellent. Thank you kindly. $87. So you're going to make a fair amount of profit, especially on those electronic items, which is why we've chosen that license to get. Excellent. 45. Brilliant. Thank you. $25.60. Cheers. And I think we can get some more doorbells. We've got enough money. I just got to try and get rid of some of these people, or serve them, I should say, not get rid of them. Excellent. Wow. See, they're buying a lot of things now, which is really cool. 103. Okay. So we get that ready to go. That's brilliant. Get out of there. Okay. I was looking too high. 4 and 4. Close it. What's that one? The mouse. Any more rubbish? Sometimes you get rubbish in here. That's why I didn't. I've moved it too close. Now the mouse. I just saw. See how dirty they are? I'd actually be losing points. Okay, I've lost some points by having too dirty. The checkouts are too full. 50, 65, thank you. 33, 5. We really need somebody else to work on the checkout. And when they're working on the checkout, or any of your store employees, if you click on them, it'll cost you $3 per time of clicking on them, but that will increase the speed of how they work. There we go. Just getting through people quickly. I'm assuming he said about the checkouts. $1.10. Okay. Got so many people. Okay. Okay. And when you've got the mop out, if you look around, it will show you if there's anything more to be cleaned. Oh my gosh. We definitely need somebody else to help us. Because we're possibly losing store points because the checkouts are full and the people are waiting around for them. Okay. And we can't restock shelves very well because we're here. So the next thing we need is a cashier. We're making a fair amount of money. It was an excellent license to buy. So it's well worth actually working out well. If you haven't played before, you wouldn't know. It's only because I could go on the other one to see how much profit per item and that, and to actually work it out. There we go. Thank you. $39.25. Cheers. $13.45. Cheers. Yep, I saw that. I know they're full. I'm sorry. I'm getting through as quick as possible. $71.80. Cheers. And if you're going to get yourself a checkout or something, always wait until the next day. Because if you get them at like 8:30 at night, you'll still have to pay for the full day. So you might as well wait. $31.95. I did press 1. $31.95. Cheers. They need somebody who's more reliable on the checkout, who can actually press buttons. Obviously, that's not me. 5 cents change. $18.10. I'm sure you heard me clicking. I'm sure I did press it. And the game was just being contrary, and it just went, yeah, nah. Sorry, not going to work. Nice. There we go. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock. Oh, I was going to point out and see when it was 9 o'clock and just point out that to show you that more people actually come in. So, $12.30. Cheers. Excellent. Thank you very much. 55. Excellent. Now, and if you get the mop and have a look, so we can see through things that there's something dirty. So if I clean there with the mop out, if you look around, as long as you can't see any more mop things, you know that it's all clean. Wow. We sold all of them bar one. That is so good. See, look at, oh my gosh, I didn't look up. We've got $1,700 now. We were down to $3 something. So from one day's trade, by having all the electronics, we've now got $1,700 to play with. Absolutely brilliant. This is so cool. All right. So it's after 9 o'clock. Nobody's come in for a while. So we'll hit enter to finish the day off. So 39 customers, the same amount of customers. That's surprising. I've got 220 store points. I got less store points than last time, and that could be because the rubbish was on the floor for longer, the windows weren't cleaned as quick, and the customers were complaining that the registers were full. So basically, they would have given me less store points because they weren't happy. All right. Now, first things first, come in here, pay the bills, go to the pricing, click on last change. There we go. Today, there's 4 prices that have changed. And as I said yesterday, there was 2 things that changed. I can just confirm that, yes, I did change them. And then I'll change this. So 1668, 1678, which would be 1680. Okay. 2313 would be 2323, 2325, 244, 254, 255. $3.45, which would be $3.55. So I only go 10 cents with that. Now, we've got enough money. Okay, so it's gone down because we paid the bills. We are going to hire somebody to work at our cashier. There we go. So they're now behind the counter. So coming up, we'll be able to order restockers. That's when we're store level 15. Oh, if we get another cashier, we need to be level 20. So customer helpers, they help out. If you get fruit and veg and you get weighing machines, or if you've got self-checkout, they help out with those 2 things. So always put the weighing machines and the self-checkout machines together, because then it stops them from having to walk from one end of the store to the other, and then the customer's waiting. So therefore, you might end up getting less store points. Security guards, they're brilliant if you have the thief settings set on. I don't know if I do or not. I haven't changed anything. I haven't turned it off. I don't know if you have to turn it on. Janitor, they clean the windows, they clean the floor, so they do the mopping, and they pick up any rubbish that's around the shop. By having these, this would help in regards to where the little raindrop is. That's the cleanliness meter. So if you get an arrow going down, that means you're losing store points for cleanliness. And then the baker, if you get the bakery DLC, they will bake things for you and put them on the shelves. There was an issue with them. They've done some work towards them. But at this stage in my other game, which is like level 101, I've actually hired them and fired them twice because they're still not working 100%. So I'm doing the baking myself, and I will get them back when they've finished fixing them. The ice cream helpers, I've got in my other game, the ice cream, and they just serve. I've only got room for 1 ice cream thing, so I actually don't know whether they can have 2 helpers at 1 ice cream thing. I might try that in my other one just to see whether they actually can, or the other one, like, you need to have 2 ice cream refrigerator sort of areas. I only just thought of that. Now, if we go, so like, we could extend the store if we wanted to, but we've got enough room. We don't need to do that. The storage room, we can open it, $800. Okay. I don't need to open it at the moment because I've got everything out the front. Once we get to the stage where it's really busy and we end up hiring a restocker, then I'll look at hiring, opening the storage room. You've got to be level 15, because anything that we have out, they will put on the shelves in the storage room, as well as they will restock the shelves in the shop. So for this, I will leave everything as it is. It's all messy and everything, but it's working. I'll wait until we get the restocker before I do the storage room. That means we need to buy shelves in there as well, but we'll work that out. But I was just wondering, if we go into tools, all right, so we can buy a tablet. They're pretty cool because you can use them to scan the shelf and click how many things you want to buy. At the moment, we don't need that. We can get a baseball bat, but I haven't had any thieves, so I'm assuming that that is turned off and I would actually have to turn that on. So I'm not about that for this one because it's trying to do a speed run. But what I was thinking is, we do have self-checkouts. Okay. So they're $900. So coming up, we will order a self-checkout counter, but not right yet. We've just got ourselves somebody to work behind our counter, so we'll leave it at that. So if we go back to products, these, now we've got enough money, so we're going to order some things. So here's our person. Hi, how you going? So rather than me be behind here, I'm going to be looking at keeping these shelves stocked up. I'm going to be keeping the floor clean. I'm also going to be keeping this clean. Once it's clean, if you rub on it, you don't get any bubbles. If you get bubbles come up, that means it did need to be cleaned. Get the mop, have a look. Okay, there's nothing here. So that's what I'm going to be looking at doing. Once we get customers coming through, if we click on him, it'll cost us $3 and you'll get a circle above his head. It'll be half full with blue. If you click on him again, it costs another $3. That means the circle will be a little bit, it'll be a full blue circle. Then it'll go, click again, it'll go to yellow, half a yellow, and then a full yellow, half a red, and a full red. Once you get a full red circle, like each time you click on them, it makes them work faster because you're paying for them to work faster. If you get them up to a full red circle, they're moving things through pretty quick. So I can click on him as well as do this, and that will keep the line down. So it will be interesting to see, by having him here and getting through people quicker, whether we'll actually get more customers. So I don't know. All right, so we will do another one to see what is it. Yep, I'll get everything stocked up. I was just thinking I didn't just, okay, good, I didn't have one. And then we'll do another day. Nice. Okay, so we're going to need one keyboard, and headphones. Excellent. Going to need at least, where are they? One headphone. So this, it tells me on here we've got 4 in the shop. Okay, so whether they're in the storage room, whether they're on the floor back behind me, or whether they're on the shelf, we've got 4 in the shop. We get 6 per box. So 1, 3, 4, 5. That will leave us 1 left for the headphones. What's this one? That's here. Oops. 12. That was the memory one, wasn't it? The USB flash drive. There we go. So that's $239. But as I said, we earned a lot of money yesterday, which is really, really cool. So these are up here. So we need another one of those. That's there. Add that to the cart. That's the doorbell. 4 and 4. So we've got 1. Clues. Okay. So we need a wireless mouse. Do we have that ordered? No. There's the mouse. So that will give us 6 items. I can't remember how many per shelf. No, if I click on that'll disappear because it doesn't have a price. I'm going to assume it's going to be more than 2. So I'm going to order 2 of those. Where's the mouse? So we'll order another one of those. So that must have been one of the things that have gone down today. That's pretty cool. Okay. We need to order some toothbrushes. Get one of those. Okay. Did we get another keyboard? So there's 6 things there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have got a keyboard. We've got another box coming. Sorry. So I've done all of the new things, so we'll grab that. So the USB. There we go. Wireless mouse. That's this one, isn't it? All right, so there's 3 in each. Which means we're not going to... Oh, no, we'll have 3 left. That's good. There we go. And headphones. Close. There we go. And toothbrushes. Okay. Keyboards now. 4, 4, 4, and 4. As I said, there's no player collision, so they can stand inside boxes. Okay, so that's all the electronics. Now, the keyboard, we've only got 4 on each shelf. So we've got another box with some in, so that's excellent. If not, I will be able to order pretty quickly now. I was just going, that's not an extra, but it's not. So we'll just restock this, and then we'll do another day's trade. So orange juice, which was there. And excellent. While we're restocking this, okay, so we've got 48 left. So just during that little time, because we took everything out of the machine, we've got 60, or did we? Okay, we've got $66 anyway. So we'll see if that changes. As I said, sometimes for whatever reason, they do stop buying stuff. But you just go put some more water. Yep. You just go put another box of things in there, and then they're like, oh, that's right, there's a vending machine. And then they start buying stuff again. that's right. I was going to get another one, wasn't I? Not this one. That one. Yeah. What I will do, I won't do it. Well, I might buy it, but I won't fill it. Apple. In between episodes, I'm going to obviously restock what's here. So I've got more outside, so I don't need to run about and get it. Only for these episodes. That's just to keep this as quick as possible, because that's what we're looking at doing. But I will buy another vending machine, and I will like refill the whole thing, or both of them, I should say. That one. There we go. Excellent. And by having all these here, it doesn't take long to restock. Sometimes you go and refill things and you always end up with just one thing left in the box. And then you open the next box and it has just one. And you're just going, So yeah, each day when you start, I'm pretty sure that's all of it, 9 and 9, yep. Before you buy a license or before you buy new stock, always wait for the next day. So therefore you've paid the wages, you've paid rent and whatever. So you've got nothing else to come out, and you know how much money you're playing with. It's the safest way. Because, yeah, they will always take wages out. And I don't know what happens if you can't pay the wages, whether they don't, like, do any work for you until you do, or maybe you just go in negative. I'm assuming the game doesn't finish. They sort of go, well, you went into bankruptcy and, you know, you can't do it anymore. So I always wait till the next day before I buy stuff. Okay. Okay. But yeah, it's really paid dividends with working out which license to actually purchase. And the other ones we will leave and we won't buy until right at the end when I'm looking to buy all of them. Now, the bread, of course. Nearly. Now that's 8, 12, 12. 8, they're 9 and they're 12. 20 and 6. Pretty sure we've restocked everything. Yes. And most things, all the spare items, should be here. The only thing I don't have, no, that's 3 and 3. Okay. Okay, so everything's been restocked. If we have a look at our vending machine, It was on $66, so it's gone up to 81 now. Okay. If you haven't seen the vending machines before, if you click, hang on, press M for map, it's up here. That's where I've put it, outside this shop, because the product that goes in there is inside the shop, so you don't have as far to go to fill it up. If you're clicking here, if you've got a number of vending machines, you can click highlight on the map, press M, and it circles the vending machine that you've highlighted. So if you have some somewhere else around the map, you can highlight it and work out which one is empty, okay? You click highlight again, and it's gone. If you click set waypoints, it will show you, and you can follow it by going on the map. If you click on the vending machine, it takes it away. Or as you walk or drive to the vending machine, that line will gradually just disappear for you. So, yeah, and you can get as many machines as you want. Absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, there's $85 there. So I'll keep this up because these we can't buy at the shops. At the shop. Everything else we can. All right, let's do another day's trade. So morning. As I said, thank you for working for me. I appreciate you. And we're going to have a really good day and make a lot of money. So we've got $599, so like $600. So I need to keep an eye out for any, see, it could even be in here, any rubbish or anything. I will double check. No. Okay. So that's clean still. So that's how fast that the cashier works. That's a normal speed. And as I said, by him doing this, I can keep the shelves restocked. If we're running out of a product, I can order it and that, and I don't have to wait. I don't have to worry about the lines being really busy or anything else. What I'll show you is once they come up and once we're getting a few people, okay, so if I click on him, I'll just wait for another person. Yep. If I click on him, listen and watch. See how fast he's moving now? All right. If I click on him again, he's going even faster. And if you have a look in the right-hand corner, it says 7:30. If I click on him again, it's 7:27, because then that's another $3. So each time I click on him, he goes faster, and it costs me $3. The checkouts are full. So we need him to... You see how fast he's moving? So we're actually losing points because the checkouts are full. So I'll click on him again. Brilliant. Black Atlas, hello, how are you? Hang on. Because I've jumped out of my screen, I'm just going to say hi. It's stopped. So give me a second. All right. So you can see how fast they're moving, which is really cool. And you can see as it goes down, once it gets to halfway, he'll slow down a fraction, okay? But every time you click on him, any person you have working for you, the restockers, the cashiers, the cleaners, the helpers, you can click on them, the ice cream people who serve for the DLC, you can click on them and you can make them go faster. So now, while he's doing that, I can fill these up. Okay. he slowed down a little bit. Let's get him going faster again. So that cost me $6, but it's getting people through quicker. It's also keeping them happy. Oh my goodness. So we need some headphones. Whoops. Which reminds me. So there's a little bit of bubbles. We'll check to see. There's nothing there. What was that? That was headphones. Okay. And you can run over everything. Okay. So we need some more headphones and mouse. I've got some there for the moment. So there we go. We're keeping that clean. Okay. Close that. There's a mouse. And oh my goodness. You can have a bigger doorway. What am I doing? Doorbell. I told you the number of times you open a box and it's only got one thing in it. It's amazing. Okay, so what do we need? One. Water. Okay. And get some bread. I can't remember how much money we had now. Definitely making enough though. There we go. Close. Cheese. What do we need? We need to put the mouse out. We need okay, so that one. And then we look around and there's no more, so that's good. So we need the mouse and the headphones and the doorbell. Mouse, doorbell, headphones. There we go. So it's not fully on the shelf, but that's enough because it is 9 o'clock. We won't get too many more coming in. But it is after 9 o'clock and this person's just come in. That's because they started somewhere on the map to come to the shop. So if I'd closed the shop, we wouldn't have got their business. So, as I said, never shut the shop. Once you know there's nobody else coming, just finish for the day. Now, need a keyboard. Oh, that's the other thing. Once you get to 9 o'clock, you can't order anything on the keyboard, on the computer. You need to go to the next day to be able to order things on here. But you can, if you're looking to buy something, you can go up to the shop and it's open 24 hours, okay? Yes, if you need something in a hurry, you can get it from the shop. Unless it's one of the new DLC, you can't buy it until the next day. So we need to wait until everybody's finished to make sure we've got all the money that we need to get. Tea. Excellent. Grab another one. We've got one inside. Now, I'm pretty sure, because it's been 9 o'clock for a while, I'm pretty sure we wait him, he'll walk past rather than coming in the shop. So that means there shouldn't be, there shouldn't be anyone else coming in. You did a great job on your first day. Well done. So if we end it, press enter. There you go. We had a couple of days where we did it ourselves. We had 39 customers. We got the cashier. So we're now getting up to 42 customers. So it's 3 more customers by having the cashier. So depending on if you extend the store, sometimes you get more customers. If you get a license or a number of licenses, your customer numbers go up. There's a number of things. Like there is no explanation of when your customers will grow. There is no explanation on where you get your store points for and what you get them. Every time a customer's served, you can have up to 5 store points. The store points you need, so there we go, staff payment, 127. So we've paid wages, like we paid for them to hire, and each day we do wages, I think it's about $80. So, yeah, the store points will get us up our level. So we started and we were level 11. So that was the 3rd day we traded. And because of the things that we've got, because of what we've got, we've managed to level up twice. Yeah, that is so cool. Okay, so now I can buy the keyboard. And I tend to jump over everything. If you've seen my other supermarket simulator, I jump all over things. The freezers and whatever else, because you can move around the store a lot quicker that way. So, all right. What I'll do, now that we've got him, if we have a look at the license, because we're up to level 13, so our license, this has gone down. 12, level 13. Okay. I just want to see. That's got sushi in it. Okay. Pizza cheddar, then those. I won't be getting the fruit and veg until right at the end, because you're not going to make as much profit on it. And the whole idea of this speed run is to get from the first license to the last license as quick as we can, to level our store points, because the last license we need, I think, is level 90. Okay. So I'll only be choosing a couple of select licenses to get. And they're the ones that are going to give us the most profits. I'm just trying to see. So this here is the first license, which has got alcohol in it. That might be one to look at, because you make a fair amount of money. It costs a lot of money, but you make a fair amount of money on it. We will need to buy a shelf if we don't have any shelf room, and we will need a fridge as well. But I'll check all of that out off screen, between the different episodes of this. So I have all the information and we can just get straight into it. So I won't take too much time. I'm just having a look to see where my cake is that I'm looking for. There's books. Aha. a store level 81, the Gerber cake. That's what you want to get to put in the vending machines. But we won't be getting that for a long time. So that's fine. So these are all the licenses that we can get at the moment. So the bakery, there's another one with peanut butter and everything else. There's some clothing ones, there's electronics, there's hardware, some essentials. There's the ice cream one. So all of those licenses I'm not getting yet because I can make more profit by having like another shelf and that of these on here rather than getting these, because this would just be more stuff for me to stock on the shelves and I'm making a lot of profit. So I need to have a look at these to see what I think is going to be the next license we get. I will do that in between. What we will do now though is a vending machine. We're up to $122. That's, oh, hang on, that's passive income. I didn't pay the bills. Pay the bills, update the pricing. So go to last change. So there's only one thing that's changed today. This has gone down. So 324 to 334. So I'll make that as 335. Excellent. So that's done. No, not that one. That one. Okay. What we'll do, no, we'll do it here, is we're going to buy another vending machine. So there we go. We've just bought it. It's showing us it's in a box. So come out here. There we go. And we'll head up to the shop. The reason I put it outside of this shop is this is where the products are that I'm going to put in the vending machine. So therefore, to restock it, it doesn't take long. Okay, so turn it around. There we go. Okay, so at the moment, you can't put everything in a vending machine. There's only certain things which will go. So at the moment, we have the cola. So this one. This is giving us the most product for the machine. So we'll put that in here. And there we go. So she's just bought one. So our shop isn't open and we're making money. So that's passive income. They've had a new update that's just come in and it's this rubbish bin. They've done some other fixes in that. But instead of taking the boxes all the way back to the shop now, if you just have a bin here, it's brilliant. Once you get a vehicle, my ute, I normally back it up to about here. And the reason why is I used to put the cardboard boxes in. I've got, that's my second alarm. I've got to pick my son up shortly. Once, in my other game, I've got like 5 vending machines. So I've got a vending machine here. When it's time to fill it up, I'll actually pick the machine up and I'll bring it here, okay? Because what you do is you go like this. And while it's here, they will come and buy stuff. So you fill these up. They have 15. If you've got these bottles, it's 15 per shelf. And now I can do that. So rather than me having to walk down to where it is, fill it up, come back, put it in the bin, and I won't click on the bin because you can put you can put a box full with stuff in it. And then once it's full, then you just put it back. And yes, they will come and buy stuff from here. Okay, so then you use the scroll wheel to turn it around, and then that one's full. And then you can get the next one and bring it closer. So by having the vending machines outside of this shop, it's so quick to do it. And now with the bin, it's even quicker. It's just, it's brilliant because while you're restocking your store, restocking the shelves, you're making passive income. All right. And then, as I said, when you buy stuff from the shops, it's half price. it's cheaper than getting it over the internet. So, you know, it's just, it makes sense. Do you know what I mean? And once we can get more products, which we're making $2.56 profit. No, actually, no, we're making more. Okay. $2.56. Hang on. I always get myself confused on this. Okay. So a box is normally costing us $14.16. Okay, if we buy it on the internet. It's costing us $7.08. Okay. So we're making, on top of the price, it's hard to see without working out. We're making more money per product. All right. So on each bottle, it's $2.56 if we bought it from the computer. Okay. The average cost is 59 cents. So say it's 60 cents. So if you add another 30 cents on top, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be $2.86 we're actually making per bottle in the machine, because we're buying the products from the shop and not from back at our store. Okay? Do you understand? Sorry, I didn't mean it to come out like that. I'm just working things out in my head. So the average cost of these bottles is 59 cents if you buy them on the computer back at the shop. If we buy them here at the store, the average cost is around 30 cents. So technically, this product, you add another 30 cents because I'm getting everything from the store. So we're making more money. It's brilliant. So anyway, what I'm going to do is, please stay with me. Thank you once again to Panty Lunatic. I'm glad they had a really cool stream, and I appreciate everybody popping in and saying hi. I'm looking at raiding out because I've got to go pick my son up from work. I'm then coming home. I'll be making tea, and then I've been looking to jump back on. I'm going to be playing some Mall Simulator. I'm going to play some Retro Rewind, and there might be another thing else. Plus also, if, as I said, if I get up, it's nearly 5 o'clock. In another, it's like 3:30 in the morning. My brain's not braining. So in another 10.5 hours or something, I'm looking at setting an alarm at getting up 3:30 in the morning, hopefully to play with some friends from Norway and that, and we're looking to play some Repo. And that's got the new update included in it, which has got cosmetic stuff. So, but yeah, so basically for those, where am I? For those watching on YouTube, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate you being here with me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. For those watching on